Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store. As it'll be
it's a rainy day here.
Taking on
Slip and slide.
Team. On the visitor's sideline, Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald. These guys need to play with a better sense of urgency, trying to avoid a daunting 0-3 hole to start the year. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys off to a much better start, 2-0 through 2 weeks of football. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when their body's on the field and he's creating the big throws downfield.
Oh, my Lord.
He's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only they're controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
Run! Easy. We'll go. Set. Ready.
Going back to Gibbs on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers for Gibbs from last week. 12 carries, 116 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
Here's Herbert. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. We talk about this Seahawk defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
Go.
Herbert now. He's got his target. That's complete.
Dangerous, though.
And he'll be taken down, but
Dangerous,
he does have first down yardage. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Herbert off of play action. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That's to the tight end, Musgrave. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And able to get him down, but
come on, linebacker. That was supposed to be anything.
A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Let's go.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
Fuck, I should have given it to Gibbs.
A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Lion. Let's go.
Now Herbert, third and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3.
I should have given it to Gibbs.
Well there on the opening series. Running game was in sync. They were knocking on the doorstep, but ultimately, Charles, they'll have to settle for the field goal.
But they certainly were moving it well and give this defense a ton of credit. Finally dug their heels in and forced the field goal. That's what it is, game partner. Will this offense look back at this drive and think to themselves, if we'd gotten 6, we'd be in a better spot.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. As we take a peek at Sam Darnold, the former USC Trojan and 3rd pick in the 2018 draft.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold.
Oh.
And he is caught. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being
wide open.
A first down and then some. 36 yards.
First down. A gain of 36 yards. First down, Seattle.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. This will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Is that dirty?
See inside his
Ah,
face
damn.
there, the look of relief. He coughed it up and it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And not much running room. Down to 32. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw, Darnold. This is Fant.
Oh, he slipped.
It'll be a gain of just a yard.
He tripped. He tripped on the water. He couldn't stay in the field. I've never seen that
before. Is absolutely perfect.
Wow.
And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches do these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's
I guess they would have done
material. Second quarter down, it's our home team with possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
Out. When in doubt.
Loose down the left sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a handoff as they run outside.
Wow.
The follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Set. 380. Go.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Now a run here off the RPO.
Oh, God. Big God.
He's going to be touchdown, but he's got the 1st down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
Set.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Touchdown! Luke Musgrave, his 1st touchdown here in the
kick there.
campaign. And his guys have taken the lead. But he is such a matchup nightmare down near the goal line, CD, and another example right there on that play for the touchdown.
Hey, McConkey's just trying to get to his curl.
To defend this guy because that kind of size, he can still get out and run.
You know that play.
He has excellent hands. Even if you stick with him, all the quarterback has to do is lob it up, and he can win almost
I just
any
used the normal.
Yeah, well now.
Ah.
A good hold of these
Well, this is a good piece of information to know.
And the lead is now 10-3.
Ah.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And he will find his man on the outside. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Seahawks.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And right side.
Oh no, it's free.
Shoves him aside.
Oh, and you had it. Oh my goodness.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down.
At the 36-yard line.
Jet sweep. Here's Smith and Jigba. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 37-yard line.
Now it's Darnold. Quick hitch, complete. It's Johnston. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
I don't know if I should accept it.
Yeah. You can just stop it and it's good.
So they say we'll let that completed pass stand, and we'll bring up 3rd down instead as they decline it.
I don't know why they have more weather, dude.
The big
Be honest
thing
with
to
you.
them is what you pointed out, getting it to 3rd down and making a play there.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Darnold. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through.
Hey, no one wants to say what you want to say, bro.
If they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. From the 29, here's the second down and 4. Herbert.
Oh.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's now 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
I'm so lucky.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, here's your bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
That'll give them 8 that time. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Go. Hey, Kappa. Ready?
Here's Herbert.
Oh, no. So bad.
And the Seahawks will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 49-yard line.
Now Darnold. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
8-yard pickup. And the Seahawks 1st down.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Darnold now to throw. Complete to Johnston here. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
It's a gain of 6.
Here's Darnold.
Oh my God.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to
Yeah, I guess he is an X factor.
That sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here's Walker. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. Again, Walker. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Walker will score.
Oh, no.
Touchdown, Seattle.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were
Had
saying
my
before
chances
the
there.
start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you get a
Who's
brand new
hurt?
ball game. Groupie able to add the PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. The final shot before the break for Herbert. He's going to take another shot here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we are deadlocked at the break here, and the EA Sports Halftime Report starts now. Here's Scott Hansen.
Our trip around the NFL starts now, and it starts with a good one in the AFC West.
I don't want to sit in, bro.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. It's only week 3 on the schedule, but already some big-name teams with big early tests. Will they pass or fail? Let's get into it. And this is the former UCLA Bruin, Zach Charbonnet. A 47-yard touchdown run. The Chiefs are off to a 3-0 start as they get the victory. Next up, it's Santa Clara, California. Let's look in on the Niners as they host the Baltimore Ravens. And this is LaJohntay Wester. You want instant offense? Try this one on for size. He makes the catch, and then watch him go. Put it down as an 81-yard catch and run for the score. One more for you. Let's go to Cincinnati. The Bengals taking on the Miami Dolphins. And this is Joe Burrow. Hooking up with his man for the touchdown here. One of 3 touchdown passes for him in the ballgame. The Bengals are back in the win column. They move to 2-1 with a Week 3 victory. With that, a look at the rest of the scores here in a busy week number 3. Meanwhile, in our game, we expected a tight one, and we got it, all even at the break, as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Dances by him. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
A gain of 14.
Back to Walker on first down. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Dayon Henley there on the tackle.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Throw over the middle, and it's caught by Johnston. So the completion results there in 9 yards. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw is Darnold.
Thank you.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force the incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Taylor tight. Set. Set.
They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. Pushes him over. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
A gain of 24 yards. And a first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Run. Hey, ram. Set. Grenade. Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
5-9. Set. Grenade. Run. Set.
Now it's Herbert. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That's good for a first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Open man right side is Rice. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. From the 23, here's a 2nd and 5.
Campa. Go. Ready.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Gibbs straight ahead. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Another first down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. Rashee Rice, his second touchdown on the season. And his guys are going to take the lead. So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this third quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
That's clean.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series.
Oh, no.
Down the numbers. There he goes.
Not good.
Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker.
It's my fault.
With his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
The point after, good by Groupie. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 110 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
This 2nd and 4.
Hey, go Lion. Set.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Now Herbert going to shift his guys around. On the give. Here's Gibbs. And some room to run now. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Cap it. Hey, Ray.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that's caught by the tight end, Granson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Go. Black 80. Black. Go.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And his throw is incomplete.
Who's that?
Following the play here, now we've got an injury.
Jenkins, left guard.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The rain compounding issues here for a possible field goal try. They'd love to obviously get closer or even pick up the first down if they can. It's third down. Herbert now. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Set. Hey, Ray. What is it?
Back to throw here, Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. Luke Musgrave, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter punch all throughout, and that touchdown.
I don't know if he made it, actually.
Tie here in the fourth quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about
I don't know
those
if he made
punches
it.
and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Visitors 17.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run again with Walker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 111 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
First down.
Running left is Walker.
Oh, yeah.
This time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, fine, Julian, you're right. It's about to get really hurt.
The loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. This is Fant on the short completion. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a
no
one-score game.
surprising earlier.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. But hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming, 4th and 3. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. In the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Darnold. Now a deep one for Johnston.
Wow.
He's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
Wow. Quentin Johnson. What the fuck?
Q.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Derwin,
Well,
bro.
the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to
no
catch.
chance there.
Tomorrow. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. And this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds. The home team's offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2nd and 6 coming up.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
Trying the left side with Gibbs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Here we go. This is 4th down. They snap it to Herbert.
That's so bullshit. That's so bullshit.
Take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
Called out a fine of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football first and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Walker now on first and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and
now Darnold. This one goes underneath to Walker. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And Walker has it. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Yeah, this is a high kick, but it's not going anywhere. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Throwing, Herbert. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Now this offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And his kick is indeed good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And a good return stop just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's first and 10.
Here we go, set.
One last throw now for Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort.
Couple of casualties here this game.
Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the home team here, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3.